Feliz Dia dos Namorados! You guys, we found the most romantic, beautiful, classy, elegant restaurant here in Rio de Janeiro. We want to show you all around, but also in this video, there's some pretty interesting differences that you probably didn't realize between Valentine's Day in the USA and Dia dos Namorados in Brazil. So check it out. Dad has a surprise for me. I don't know what it is.
Oh my gosh. No, don't
Okay,
look.
I'm not looking. I'm
It's
not
so
looking.
gosh.
All right, turn it on. Happy Dia dos Namorados.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Give me a kiss.
You guys did.
And some truffles.
Hey.
Look, these are beautiful, honey.
Here, give it
Thank
to me.
you. Look how beautiful they are.
There.
Okay, I'll share my chocolates with you guys.
Yay.
All right, go ahead and open them up.
Oh, that? Yeah.
Here, let me see them first. Let me see
Yeah.
them.
Let me pull them off now.
Oh,
Look, these types.
look! Wow. What are the types?
There's chocolate.
I'll take one.
Here,
It
say
looks like chocolate.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dad, actually.
Hey, Mom.
Mine is like raspberry.
Yeah, it is.
I love white chocolate.
What does it
So
taste like?
there's like these
you, Dad.
candy bars in the United States. They're like zebra bars, Z-bars.
It tastes like a Z-bar?
Yeah.
It does.
Ooh. I want to try it.
Like a G-bar.
Wow. Okay, so me and Dad are going on a hot date.
Sexy hot date. Happy Valentine's
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Ciao, Marty. Bye.
This house was built in the 1920s by a man who was madly in love with his wife. He wanted to give his wife the grandest, most beautiful house in all of Rio de Janeiro. So he built her a palace in the French neoclassical style, which was influenced by Louis XVI. And they lived here until they died. And then the family, the children of this couple, they decided to sell the house. They sold it to a developer. This developer was going to demolish the house, but they couldn't because this house was deemed a historical landmark here in Rio de Janeiro. So this developer sold the house to an architect who decided to turn this house into a type of museum, a cultural center, a restaurant. And so today it's called Juliette de Serpa. And today it's been preserved and restored into its original splendor. And I'll show you some of the things that they have in here. Some of these beautiful works of art, the monkeys with the fruit. Over here, the parrots, the cockatoos with the fruit, beautiful. Of course, Paris, neoclassical era. And then some of the art pieces here are really incredible. It's beautiful, it's breathtaking. It's like a museum.
First cultural difference between the USA and Brazil are obviously the name and the date, but let's break it down. So in the US, it's called Valentine's Day and it's celebrated on February the 14th. It's also a worldwide holiday and many countries also celebrate on the same day, like Britain, Canada, Australia, Argentina, France, Mexico, South Korea, and Portugal, and a few more. So there's a ton of countries, including the US, and we all celebrate it on February the 14th. Now in Brazil, it's called Dia dos Namorados, and it's celebrated on the 12th. And here's why. Because it's celebrated next to St. Anthony's Day, and St. Anthony is the saint of marriage, and since he's the patron of love, they wanted to celebrate it in June.
However, we have come to the conclusion that Brazil celebrates Dia dos Namorados on June 12th because while the rest of the world celebrates it on February 14th because of Carnaval. And you cannot mess with Carnaval.
Errado não tá.
Yeah, Carnival is in February, all the month of February. And no other holidays are allowed to be in February in Brazil because we are totally focused on Carnival.
Carnival is king. In the United States, it's called Valentine's Day after Saint Valentine, who was the saint who wanted everybody to get married in the Catholic Church. And here in Brazil, it's called Dia dos Namorados, which means Day of the Lovers.
Yes, the Day of the Lovers. In the United States, when we celebrate Valentine's Day, all kids of all ages, adults celebrate together. And we have class parties. We give all of our classmates cards and candies. We give grandmas, grandpas, friends. Everybody gets a Valentine's that you love or care
Spread
about.
the love.
Hey, you just spread the love. And so it's not necessarily couples. It's just people that you love. So friends enjoy the day. And you always give your mom and your grandma candy and you tell them happy Valentine's Day. In Brazil, however, it's very specific just for couples and it's just celebrating the one you're with. Now in Brazil, nobody wants to be alone on that day. So even if it's just for that day, just so you're not alone, you are with someone so you can enjoy the day, but also it's really specific on cherishing the person, spending special time with person, and just that day of just the person you're in a relationship with. So there's also a little bit of a difference in the gifts that we give as well. In the United States, we love to give jewelry, flowers, cards, and teddy bears. And then here in Brazil, they like to give flowers as well, but Brazilians love to give chocolates and perfume for Valentine's Day.
One of the interesting statistics that we found was that in the United States, 30% of all flower sales are done on Valentine's Day.
30% of all the year, the whole year, is sold on one day. So here are some of our tips to have a wonderful Valentine's Day. First, you don't need to spend any money. It's nice to go out to a romantic dinner, but you can have a wonderful homemade romantic dinner at home. It's important to just spend time together, to spend quality time and do something that you guys really enjoy together. A nice poem is incredible. A card or a poem, those are some of my favorites because I like to keep those and save those and remember holidays in the past. And then here's a couple of pro tips. If you do want to go out to dinner, go the day before. Do not go on Valentine's Day or Dia dos Namorados because it's going to be packed, there won't be any reservations, and it'll be stressful. So just go the day before and have a nice, wonderful dinner without any of the hassle or waiting. And then here's also something, I think one of my favorite tips would be to start the day and end the day with something very special. So, because sometimes Valentine's Day is just another work day and you don't have it off, but if you start the day with something special, like a special breakfast in bed or flowers, then it starts the day off more magical and makes it feel like a special holiday. And then you go off to work, but then when you come home and you end the day with something romantic, a special dinner, a special time together, a special effort also just makes that day amazing, even if you can't take the day off from work and spend the whole day together. So remember those to start and end the day in a very special way.
So guys, some mistakes to avoid that I have made in the past. Lessons learned. Do not try and celebrate Valentine's Day after Valentine's Day. Make sure you do it ahead of time. Do it one day
Don't forget
before.
about it and be like, oh
Don't
yeah.
say, oh yeah, I forgot about Valentine's Day, I'll do it tomorrow. Bad mistake. Make sure you show some cariño, some love and some attention to your lover at least one day before and on the day of as well. More love is better, more cariño. Cariño is like showing love and attention towards the person that you love. Also, another pro tip is to purchase those flowers one day before Valentine's Day. That way you can get a lower price, important, and you're all ready. You don't have to worry about that flower rush and running out of flowers and paying extra money for flowers. But when you do buy the flowers one day before, make sure that they are in the refrigerator or that they're in a cool, dry place.
And then you can give them to her in the morning before work, and then that's your special start of the day. So Valentine's Day should be a day of celebration and love with the people you love and care about, but it should not be stressful. It should be fun. So plan ahead, enjoy the day. Look at this room. Oh, I am in love. Look at this. Here is a quick, honest review of the restaurant. Of course, as you can see, the ambiance was incredible. It's a beautiful restaurant. The service was also totally incredible, but the food was just okay. We both had the filet mignon and rice, which wasn't very flavorful. It was just okay. The dessert was awesome, but it wasn't too expensive either. We paid about 100 reais per person, including non-alcoholic drinks. So overall, we would highly recommend the restaurant. Don't get your hopes up too high on the food, but definitely go for the experience. Oh my goodness, I have been pampered and fed and delighted. I am in love with this restaurant. We will be back. It was such a wonderful experience and an evening out. So thank you for joining us in another video and hope you enjoy Dia dos Namorados. We'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.